What's up? What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Today.
That is hooked down into the corner at the wall. It's gone. Talented shot. Lakers lead by 5. And he will leapfrog a defender.
The three Chalk Talks for today are number 1, the NFL Super Bowl. Number 2, the NBA All-Star Game. That's going to be a fun one. And number 3, the Nike Adapt basketball shoes. They're awesome. So let's dive right in. We're going right away to the NFL, the Super Bowl. I believe the Rams are going to win. Ben, who do you think is going to win?
I'm not a particular Patriots supporter, but I definitely think they're going to win this one.
Really? Okay, well, I'm going to have to go against you, like I said.
Go for it.
And let me dive in. Again, this is the Rams' first Super Bowl appearance in 17 years. Pretty impressive. They did play against the Patriots when they were in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So there is some prior history here.
Yeah.
Also, but let's look at the offense. Jared Goff, in his second complete season as a starting quarterback, he's thrown over 4,600 yards and 32 touchdowns in this regular season. So he's very dominant. He knows what he's doing. I like him a lot. I saw him play in college. He was really cool. Great player. The college he played for before, they weren't really successful, but he brought them through, and in the end, he got them there.
For sure. I mean, continuing the offense, Todd Gurley, in my opinion, the best running back in the league, honestly.
Yes.
So, insane amount of rushing yards this year, something like 1,900. He was insane.
Well, they had that good 1-2 punch. C.J. Anderson, Todd Gurley. That's really, really hard to beat. And debatably the best in the NFL.
It is complemented as well on the defense by the two D tackles, Aaron Donald, Dominic Sue.
Oh, yeah.
Insane. Those two,
Very good.
Best partnership of D tackles in the league, in my opinion.
Well, let's also look at the receiving end, though, too. Because they got two fierce receivers. Two guys, 1,000-plus yard dudes.
Oh, yeah.
You know who they are? Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods. Very, very solid players. I believe that this Rams offense is probably the best in the NFL. It's kind of debatable, but I see when you put the running game together, their quarterback, their receivers, they're very good. Their defense, on the other hand, they don't have the best run defense. We said Aaron Donald. He's really good. But they're statistically the worst run defense team in the NFL. They give up 5.1 yards per carry.
But, I mean, yes, run defense, they are a little bit lacking. But what they do have going for them is the Patriots' run defense isn't the best in the league. And they do rack up a good amount of sacks per game.
Right.
So they do have that going for them. They have a little bit of an advantage there. As well, their secondary is not terrible. Aqib Talib, there's some pretty good guys in there. Right. And their edge rushers definitely could use some work. Abraham, he's really young, not doing well enough.
Yeah, just another thing to add about the Rams is that they have a secret weapon in their punter, Johnny Hekker. He's got an arm. He played QB when he was in high school, brought his team to a state championship. Don't be surprised if they bring him out in this Super Bowl because
for sure.
When they were playing, they're down 13-0 to the Saints, right?
Yeah.
He got that rally to come back with that fake punt. So when you get that 12-yard throw there, it's that first down, momentum is shifting.
Yeah.
And they're back.
It's not a common thing you see to have punters passing the ball.
Right.
But I think we really do got to take a look at the Patriots. And honestly, my main argument for this,
they're tough.
Brady and Belichick, there's no stopping them. They've been the duo. Whenever they're around, there's always a chance that they could win.
The thing about them is let's look back to 2002, right? This was the start of the really good, Brady-Belichick era.
Yeah. Course.
And I think over time they've developed really well. And the Patriots, their system is just always working every single year from 2002. And it's pretty remarkable because you see all these teams, they come and go. We just saw the Eagles. They were in the Super Bowl last year. They had a chance, but they just couldn't repeat.
They had a rough regular season, a few injuries here and there. And they couldn't repeat. They definitely had a case of the Super Bowl hangover.
Right.
And you just don't see that with Patriots. They keep coming back year after year.
Yeah, and this is their ninth. This is Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's ninth Super Bowl, third in a row. So it's hard enough to get there once, but to do it 3 times in a row and then 9 times in your career.
And he's 5 for 8 right now.
Yeah.
5 for 9. That's almost 50. That's still decent, but if he really wants to go down as the greatest of all time, he needs that 6th.
I personally still think he's probably the best of all time.
I can get behind
he's
that.
proven
Yeah,
himself. He's got those fourth quarter rallies.
for sure.
He also in overtime as well. He's a stud. We saw him against Kansas City.
Yeah.
He was able to command that team down the field. And you know what's really crazy is that New England's not known for their running, but now they got Sony Michel, great running back. You know, rookie, came out of Georgia. Love him. What are your thoughts on him?
I mean, Sony Michel, I think he's great for a rookie. I think he can be the future of the run game. James White, also pretty young. Been playing a little bit more of the slot this season, but he is very versatile. When Sony Michel was out, James White ran it and was catching it, so you got to look out for that dual threat there.
Right.
And
Also,
Rex Burkhead, he's
Rex
pretty good too.
Burkhead, he had the game winner versus
Yeah,
the Chiefs.
exactly.
So
He's a good power halfback.
impressive.
So, I mean,
also Gronk, he's not having the best season, but when it comes to the playoffs, we know he performs. We saw him with a clutch catch last week.
and I mean, last year in the Super Bowl, he had a drive. Boy, it was 5 catches and a touchdown against the Eagles.
Yes.
Gronk can always get open. He can always mow down people. He's too big, so
He's solid. But I just want to emphasize something. The Patriots in their last 3 games, they've been 76% on their completion in the red zone. That's a very high percentage because when you get to the red zone, it's sometimes tougher because the defense, they're pushing up tighter on you. They feel that pressure of the end zone creeping in.
And it's just Tom Brady, he doesn't feel that pressure. He knows where to find his players. He knows how to get any receiver open, or he can use James White, as we said. He can run out to the side, use James White, and you've seen that many times throughout the season.
Right. We just have to remember, though, they have weapons on all sides of the ball. And Julian Edelman, I know we haven't mentioned him yet. He's gonna be good. James White, you said, gonna perform. Chris Hogan, this team, don't sleep on them. I believe the Rams are gonna win just because they're very complete overall.
Yeah, very young team.
With the run game, the pass game, I like them. They did a lot of stuff during free agency, so I like that theory they had, that method that they used.
Yeah.
And I would love to see him win. And Sean McVay, very interestingly enough, him and Julian Edelman are the same age. Played against each other in college.
It's crazy. I mean, I've been very impressed with what this young Rams team can do, and I would not be surprised if they won, but I just think they're a little bit too young. Just a little bit. And, you know, with that experience of Brady Belichick, that's why I think the Patriots are going to win.
Yeah. All right, well, they're starting to note, guys. During the halftime show, it's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to have Travis Scott, Big Boy there. It's going to be a fun night. Maroon 5 is going to be headlining it. Oh, yeah. So I think it should be a great performance. And this probably stands to be why the tickets are like $3,000.
I mean, that's my favorite part of the whole game. the Super Bowl halftime.
Well, I mean, the commercials, too. Yeah,
I mean, obviously.
Those are fun.
Of course.
Well, we've seen Gaga perform. We've seen Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, Madonna. It's always a star-studded cast out there, and it's an honor to be out there. So, especially if a player too. Being in that field, in that game, it's gonna be awesome. So, Atlanta, that's where the Super Bowl is being played, in that Mercedes-Benz Arena. It's gonna be a nice one.
I think we should move on to our second Chalk Talk.
Chalk Talk number 2. Chalk Talk number 2, guys. Get yourselves ready. The full rosters for the 68th NBA All-Star Game will be revealed on TNT during a TV show. They're going to do a little special. Last year, I was a little upset they didn't show me what LeBron was thinking, what Curry was thinking.
Yeah.
But this year, we're going to see what they're thinking. And this game's happening on February 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so get yourselves ready for this. But today, it's going to be a very special Chalk Talk because we're both drafting. So, Ben, take out your highlighter.
Of course.
Let's take them out.
So,
Would you like to explain how this will work?
Of course. Mind you, these are not predictions. These are just what we would do. I will be playing as Team Giannis. He will be Team LeBron.
Let's go.
All right, and then we're just going to be drafting starters, then move on to the bench players. And just a little fun segment that we thought we'd try.
That's right. They have 2 team captains. It's getting more competitive. I was at the game last year. Very cool crowd. You saw it.
For sure.
It did come down to a last-second shot, like I said.
Yeah.
It was blocked. But we saw guys performing to their highest levels.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. That's what you like to see. I mean, I'm glad they changed it from east to west, from east versus west to the drafting, because that just makes it more competitive, as you said.
Right.
And just more fun to watch.
Exactly. So let's get this started. We're going to do a little rock, paper, scissors to start this off to see who will vote or who will pick first. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. God damn it.
Guess I'm picking first then.
So you get first pick, I get second 2, right? Or how do you want to do it?
Second 2. So you get second 2. Go for it.
I get second 2?
Yeah.
So pick your first dude.
Team Giannis, I am going to have to compliment Giannis with KD.
Ooh.
2 big men.
Okay.
Big man. KD can shoot the 3. I'm going to highlight that right there.
Highlight it.
KD can shoot the 3. Giannis can get it in. 2, I think it's just complementary players, and just imagine them playing together one day. That'd be great.
That's tough right now. All right, so if I get second two, first of all, I'm going to have to go with Kawhi Leonard. So that's my pick right there for the first.
Great two-way player.
Kawhi, right? He's all around. He's won a championship 2014 with Pop. He's 2-time All NBA defense, 2-time All NBA first team. This guy, he knows what he's doing out there on the court. He's just. I like guys that can play defense as well because it's kind of rare to see that in this league now.
For sure.
So Kawhi is my pick, and if I'm gonna go number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Paul George. After what he did to my Bucks the other night, I saw something in him that was very remarkable.
His defensive IQ is just off the charts.
It's great, and he's having one of the best seasons we've seen. And I think it goes to show how he saw something that he could do this year. Because during free agency, it was surprising that he chose to go back to the glorious city of Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So I think he saw this potential that the team had, and I'm pretty impressed with him.
I mean, I'm pretty surprised staying with a player like Russell Westbrook, who you know is going to be the star of that team. He is the heart and soul of that team. To be willing to be such a great player and play alongside him, I think he's really shown us that you don't need to be the main star of the team to be producing as well as he is.
Right. So you get that next pick. Go ahead.
Yeah, my next pick. I think I would
you
love.
kind of left with.
Yeah, I would love to take.
Well, you got guards.
I would love to take Kyrie, but I think I'm just gonna have to go with Steph.
Oof.
Again, I love taking those. Yeah, Paul George is gonna be mine. So, no, I love those 3-point shots, and as you've seen, Steph, best 3-point shot in the game.
Oh yeah.
Undeniably,
Definitely.
and he's got great court vision too. He really knows how to create a team, and he really knows how to get that ball moving. So.
Well, also it's just his team. We saw Boogie with 22 the other night.
I mean, yeah, but
they're solid.
It's something like I'm not a personal Golden State fan, but with the team that they have, the way that they're playing, they're doing everything right. So you got to be taking their players.
I'm with you on that. My pick, guys, I got to go with Kyrie Irving. Mr. Irving, thank you very much. Would you like to know why?
I would love to know why, Jared.
So, all right, right now he's in the process of understanding why it was so difficult for LeBron to guide a team that was so young and everyone was just so below him. And now when Kyrie's on this team, not everyone's below him necessarily, but they're a younger group of guys, and it's a little tough transitioning from being, like a second or third best player to the best player.
Yeah.
Especially going to a different city. He had a lot of faith in this organization, got injured, and all these young guys rose to the top. Like Tatum,
Yeah, for sure.
Jaylen
They have
Brown.
a very all-rounded team now, especially Gordon Hayward back playing fantastically, back to his former self, back to his Jazz self.
Yeah.
Finally, as a personal Butler fan, that's
Of
great
course.
to see. As well as
With Brad Stevens.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Jason Tatum was a bit of a risk that Danny Ainge took, and I'm glad the Celtics got him because he's been playing fantastically the past years.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, just the whole team all around. Al Horford as well, playing great.
Yep.
So
they're solid. They're going to stay around for, I'd say, another 5 to 7 years.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think, I hope they make at least Eastern Conference Finals this year. I would hope so.
They should.
My next pick,
So, Embiid, Harden, and Walker.
I'm going to have to take my boy James Harden. I want Kemba Walker.
Thank you.
I know I want Kemba Walker. I know you do too, but James Harden, I need a shooting guard. And although he's not a true shooting guard, he's no Clay. He's not a true shooting guard, but I think really with the amount of points he's been putting up, he's been putting up over 40 points per game in this last few games, the last 10 games or so.
Yes.
He's just it's inexplicable how well like with Chris Paul back that might change.
Right.
But
well, I know we had this debate last night, or this morning over Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm not saying he's selfish, but I am saying that Harden doesn't allow for his teammates to contribute to his achievements.
I can see that, but
which is not going to help for when it comes to winning a championship, because that's a team effort.
I can see that. But with Chris Paul back running the point, you can see some more assists happening, some more combos there. Hopefully when Capella comes back, they'll be doing like some three-way stuff.
Yeah, well, hopefully they get away from iso ball.
Yeah.
But I'll get on to my next pick, and I'm going to have to go with the hometown hero, Kemba Walker. I'm playing in Charlotte, right? I'm LeBron at this point, essentially. So I think I got to go with him. It's only right.
Yeah.
And, Kemba Walker, they're in the playoffs right now. They're there. They're on the cusp right there.
He's doing great. He's carrying Charlotte on his back. The whole city's on his shoulders right there.
That's right.
I mean, the team around him, Charlotte's just unfortunately failed to surround him with good talent just by having good draft picks. But this year, he's really showing up over 25
That's
points
right.
per game throughout the season.
Solid player.
I
just pick him just for the sheer fact that he's the hometown guy. Embiid's great. You're gonna have to take him. Scratch that one off.
I'm forced to take Joel Embiid.
Forced.
And that's great. I mean, I think the one thing my team was missing there, I had Giannis, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and James Harden. I was just missing a big man in the center, and
it's a
Embiid's
good
gonna
team.
fulfill that right there.
But I just want to talk about your captain though a little bit.
Giannis,
he was on a
your
6-game
boy.
win streak until the Thunder snapped that. Bucks are 35-13, which makes them first in the Eastern Conference.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
a lot of potential there. But on my side, LeBron, he hasn't played a minute in this 2019 year. So
It's
we know
unfortunate.
he's
Coming
got the
back
stats.
soon. He's coming back soon.
He's been at practice, full practicing. He's in the groove now, I think.
And yeah, I mean he's got a good squad of young guys around him.
Yep.
And I think they can make a decent playoff run if they make the playoffs, which hopefully they do.
They will. I mean, when he was there, they were in that 1, 2, 3 spot. They dropped ever since, but they're gonna rise
sure.
back. Don't worry, they've been injury prone.
Yeah.
We saw
I mean,
Josh Hart. We saw
yeah.
Lonzo, Kuzma. A lot of injuries. It's been tough for them to navigate these rocky waters out there. They're gonna
Yeah.
be fine.
The young guys have been doing well without him, but obviously you need that team leader that makes a team great.
Right.
So
Well, it's my pick now, and
moving on to the bench.
this kind of connects to what I'm talking about the Lakers. I want Anthony Davis. And I'm telling you guys right now, my prediction is that Anthony Davis will go to the Lakers.
But if he goes to the Lakers, you know you're giving up talent like
You will.
Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
You could, but I think right now, if you want to win right now, you need AD.
Oh, LeBron and
You
AD
need
is going to be unstoppable. Like if they get that trade going, that's crazy. But
That's right.
they do have to give up a lot. And New Orleans said if they're going to give him up in a trade to Los Angeles, they're going to want at least Lonzo, Kuzma, and
gonna want
Josh
a lot.
Hart. So that's
Lakers can do
at
it,
the
though.
very least. They can do it though. They can get that. They can afford to give that up.
Exactly. So let's see
LeBron
what
can make a team out of nothing. So that's
Right. Well,
Uh,
let's see if you can make a team out of nothing.
Let's. My next pick, I'm gonna have to go with Luka Doncic.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want him
Yeah.
to be taken. He's been my favorite rookie all year. Him and Trae Young.
Yeah, I respect that.
He's shown that he has that clutch factor. No matter what, no matter how many shots he's missed, he's confident enough to take the ball in his hands and get that buzzer beater shot.
Right.
And that's what you need on a team.
And now he's getting triple doubles.
Oh,
so,
30. He's the first teenager to get a 30-point triple double.
yeah,
He did it in style, 35 points.
very impressive. So I think I got to go down to some Western backcourt. So I'm going to pick Klay Thompson. Guy is unbelievably talented. He's always overlooked. And I got to say, him being a splash bro, I might put him above Curry in terms of shooting. Some days I think Klay might be better.
He's true
It's
shooting
very
shooting
close.
guard.
Yes. And then again, his points are always assisted on.
Oh yeah,
So, like last Monday night, he scored 44, all assisted on.
exactly.
Compared to James Harden.
Yeah,
none.
I mean, James Harden's not a true shooting guard. He's kind of moved in between that point and shooting.
Yeah.
But Clay's just always stuck. He knows his role and he does it well. I'm gonna have to take next. I'm gonna have to take my boy Jason Tatum.
The sheet is complete. Chalk Talk number 3, guys. We're going right into this with the Nike Adapt BB basketball shoes. So these ones are very interesting because they self-tie. This is like Back to the Future, guys. These aren't the Air Mags. They're not that expensive. They're $350.
This is
That's expensive, but not compared to the Air Mags.
For Back to the Future, it's not that expensive. I mean,
For Back to the Future, it's not. Marty McFly, total stud with that hoverbord. Gosh.
God.
But let's go through the actual details from this.
Oh.
You can control it through an app, which is very cool. Most shoes they don't have that technology.
Right.
Also, you can adjust settings for the comfort levels on your foot, and because your feet are always moving throughout when you play basketball. I know, Ben, we go to Sac Center.
Oh
We
yeah.
play. Our
Fall
feet are
out.
constantly moving, right?
Yeah.
So when we go down to sit on the bench, there's a way we can adjust it where it's just more comfortable and it's not as tight on our foot.
That's nice.
That's very
nice to
nice.
see. It's like an Apple Watch for your feet.
Exactly.
crazy.
That's one of the greatest comparisons I could think of.
Yeah.
That's our comparison of the day,
That's our
folks.
comparison.
Right there. Apple Watch equals Nike Adapt BB shoes.
There we go.
Thank you. But also, these young players they're gonna start showcasing them in
Oh, yeah.
games now. We got Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
It's catching on.
I mean, you gotta. you gotta say, none of us are really surprised that the young players are wearing them. I mean, nobody's gonna see LeBron wearing like a Nike BB. Like nobody would expect that.
Right.
Like I mean, it's more of a young like new hip thing. So I'm not surprised the young players are showcasing them.
And plus, most older guys in the league, they don't want to have to deal with technology.
Exactly.
They just want to wear their Jordans. I love Jordans.
They've been
love
playing
Air Jordan 1s.
They've been playing their whole careers in these same shoes, so they don't need to adapt.
Right. They don't need to Nike adapt. But last thing is, you get to charge these on a mat. It's a charging mat. So basically, you put these shoes on, and they last up to 2 weeks worth.
Up to 2
weeks
That's
worth of charge.
Good amount. That's a good amount of
It's
weeks.
solid. And eventually, they're gonna come in with some new system where you can actually control it during warm-ups. Like they'll have a warm-up setting.
That's yeah.
So,
I'm sure you could adjust the settings for certain situations and whatever you want.
yeah. So
That's-
it's gonna be awesome, guys.
Oh, yeah.
They did come out January 15th, but they won't be coming to your house for a while. So
But-
that's why we're kind of talking about this now. It's recent, but you won't be getting them for a while. So in a sense, we're in the midst of this.
But on the plus side, I think we can see in the future, we can see running shoes heading towards this. We can see any general sports shoe, cleats for football, soccer, baseball.
Right.
You can see it, even clothes maybe. You could see that in the future moving towards that. That's going to be pretty nice.
Right. Well, we're going back to the future. That's it. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Real Talk Today. This episode of Real Talk Today is brought to you by WGBK. So, thank y'all. Let's go.
We out.